Thank you, Carolyn. It occurred to me here sitting at the last minute that's like, gosh, we really don't have an effective way to let you all know that we're getting started. And we need to round you all up. So I asked Carolyn if she would drum us in, and she kindly did so. So thank you, dear. I appreciate that very much. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity of Kalamazoo on a very special high-energy morning that I know you're just going to absolutely love and hang around a little bit longer after we're done with the first part here. So this morning, as always, we offer our gratitude to all visitors, members, online viewers, our staff, our amazing volunteers and donors, everyone who makes the services possible. And if you haven't already done so, this would be a lovely time to invite your phone into the silence. So please take a moment to either set it to stun or turn it off altogether. If you are here for the very first time, we welcome you warmly. We appreciate you coming and sharing your spiritual energy with us here this morning. And we do have an information card, which you may find in the pew pockets in front of you. It's a yellow card. If you would be interested in knowing more about us or getting on our mailing list, you can go ahead and complete this card, give it to an usher after the service, and we have a little gift for you, and then we would be glad to include you in the conversations going forward. So again, if you're here for the first time, thank you for joining us, and we hope that you come back. Today, we have as our guest speaker and special musician, Jami Lula. Jami's here this morning to do the service, and then we'll be right back at noontime for a concert. So I think I indicated to you last week that Laura has put together some extra food items for in between that time so that we have an opportunity to munch and mingle and spend some time with each other while we're waiting for the concert to start. So please join us upstairs in fellowship after the service, and then come on back down for the concert. Next week, our guest speaker will be Donna Odom, our beloved Donna Odom. And she's going to be talking about Michelle Norris's book called Our Hidden Conversations, what Americans really think about race and identity. And I think that's going to be an amazing conversation. And I think we've had some conversations on our DEI team about actually doing that book as a book study that comes up the road after the current one that we have. I will be here on the 23rd, and then on June 30th, we have a guest speaker again, Stacy Ledbetter, who is the interim director of the Douglas Community Association, will be here to share lots of information about what they're doing at Douglas and share some information about herself. She is an amazing woman. She's involved in so many different activities, and not too long ago retired from a full and very rich, successful career with Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety. I believe she retired as a captain. So looking forward very much to spending some time with her, and she will be here on Sunday the 30th. This coming week, starting tomorrow, June 10th, the office will only be open by appointment. Miss Tracy is on vacation, well-deserved. She is on her way to Key West as we speak. And she shares that this is the very first vacation that she and her husband have get on a plane and go in a number of years, because most of what they've done has been family-oriented stuff and camping-oriented stuff all here in the state of Michigan. So even though Brad works for the airlines, they rarely get on a plane, but today is one of those days, so we hope they have a great time. Choir practice continues Mondays at 5:30 under the direction of Janice Lakers, and the choir will be performing on June 23rd. That'll be their last performance before they take their summer break, so we hope you can all be here to enjoy that. And even if you're not a big music reader, or if you've not been in the choir before, you're welcome to join in. And it's pretty much unbridled fun and joy. So if it feels good, stick around and sing with them on the 23rd. Our meditation group, Focusing In, is meeting every first and third Wednesdays of the month. So their next meeting will be on Wednesday, the 19th of June. Mark your calendars, warm up your credit cards. We're going to be fairly soon opening up the website to book your tickets for the Growlers game. We'll be heading down to the park after their service on Sunday on July 21st to see the Growlers play the Battle Jacks. And I was reminded by somebody last week who said that, they always win for us when we're down there. And I think we saw, what do they call that? Home run, with all the bases loaded home run. Was like the first time I was there, I thought like, wow, that's like way cool. So we'll have signups available on the website, and you can pay on the website. That is coming soon. So, how are we doing here? All righty, so that's it for all the marvelous things that are coming. Yes?
No DEI meeting.
No DEI meeting?
Today.
Today. Clearly, we're having a concert instead. Thank you, Joe. You're welcome to come here. Stay for the concert. So I invite you now to join me in our mission statement together. As an all-inclusive community, we awaken to spirit, grow into our souls, and build a better world. And our vision statement. We celebrate a world of ever-awakening consciousness, abundance, peace, and love for all. And our core values: love, authenticity, stewardship, oneness, playfulness. Yeah, Wendy set us right on that one last week. So I would also invite you to join me in our land and labor acknowledgement. Our spiritual community acknowledges Black, Indigenous, and people of color whose lands and labor were forcibly taken. We pledge to promote understanding, equity, justice, and inclusivity. And I don't see any children here this morning, but we continue to hold a space for them to join us. So I'd like you to just kind of put your hands together, warm them up, get some energy going there, and extend this blessing out into the children of the community. As you go your way, know that you are loved, special, and important to us. And so we're kind of changing up the order of service a little bit, and hopefully we're just going to all be in the flow with that. So what I'd like to do now is move into the daily word. So if you want to just go ahead and relax and get comfortable in your seats, I'll go ahead and read the daily word for us, and then we'll do a short meditation afterwards. So, the word for today is prosperity. Sometimes I may worry, wondering if I will have enough of what I need. If thoughts of lack or limitation arise, I lift my thoughts from the things of the world to the truth of God. I focus my mind on the richness of divine life within me. I feel calm and assured as I remember I live in an abundant universe. And not only do I live in an abundant universe, I am heir to everything that God is. Even when my worldly fortunes shift, I am abundant in spirit. So as I align my thinking with divine mind in prayer, I become receptive to divine ideas that prosper me. I claim prosperity, and I feel empowered as I do. My prosperity stems from my oneness with God. I count my blessings, I feel grateful, and I trust with understanding faith that I have enough. And from Psalm 36, verse 8, they feast on the abundance of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your delights. Our aspiration, our affirmation, our inspiring affirmation for today. Well, I focus on the goodness of God, and I know prosperity. I'll say that one more time and then invite you to join me the third time. I focus on the goodness of God and know prosperity. Together, I focus on the goodness of God and I know prosperity. And so, as we take some time now to just focus on that goodness, and not the goodness of a God that is out there, but the goodness of knowing the God within. Because when we know and embrace our divinity, when we understand that power that is within us, there is no question whatsoever that we have enough. And even more importantly, there is no question whatsoever that we are enough. I am enough, just as I am. And so I invite you to consider that. I am enough. You are enough. We are enough. And we have everything we need to do the things we want, and everything we want to do the things we need. And so again, when we focus on that goodness within us, that divine presence, that divine energy, that creative connection that we have with the entire universe, when we breathe that in, we also breathe out any worry or any anxiety. When we breathe in that feeling of love, we breathe out any sense of separation. And so I'm going to invite you to take a few moments in the silence to simply reflect on this idea. I am enough. I have enough. I am enough, and I have enough. We take that into the silence for a few moments of reflection. you to bring your attention and your focus back to this place and time. Again, affirming today and always that we are enough and we have enough. And to that affirmation, we say amen, and so we let it be. I'm going to turn the rest of this pretty much over to Jami here in just a hot second, but I want to give you a little bit more information about his background. Jami's been out in Southern California for, 25, 30 years now?
37 years.
30, okay, time flies. But, he landed out in Los Angeles and has been deeply involved with the LA Musicians Institute. Spent many years there with them as a dynamic and influential vocal professor, and also a creative leader within that group. He's a songwriter and a touring artist. His repertoire has been influenced, and he has influenced a number of different global thought leaders like Michael Beckwith and Marianne Williamson and Dr. Wayne Dyer and Neil Donald Walsh, all people that we know well and love here in Unity as well. And so he's been a big part of that, and was recently in 2021 the recipient of an honorary doctorate degree from the Centers for Spiritual Living, who gave him that award in honor of his consciousness as an artist and a singer and a songwriter. And so he has an amazing list of accomplishments and music and things that he's written and things that he's recorded. He's going to share some of that with us here today. But I wanted to kind of circle back around to his talk title for today, because he's going to be talking about disrupting the illusion. And part of that disruption of the illusion is disrupting the illusions we have around about family stuff and cultural stuff and things that have happened to us, as well as bigger illusions about faith and the avatars that represent spirituality to us. So I want to begin there, Jami, and invite you to come on up here if you would, please. I've known Jami now since he was in first grade.
Yeah, I was going to say the Civil War, but...
But Jami's house was one street over from where I lived and one block down. And it was directly on the path that I would take to walk to school every morning. And we all went to Catholic school, Holy Innocents grade school in Roseville, Michigan. His sister Kim was my best friend when we were like in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and then we kind of separated a little bit when we went to different high schools. But I was like a fixture at his house, and I've just known him forever. And we have the Catholic background, we have the Roseville background. We grew up in that same neighborhood. Both of us had stay-at-home moms. Both of us had dads who were kind of bigger than life, maybe a little bit, very much out there, big personalities. My dad was a plant manager, a very gregarious guy, loved people. Your dad was a golf pro, and worked at one of the local country clubs. And so he was, a very charming man. And so that's how we both started. And the paths that have brought us here today, in many ways couldn't be more different, and in many ways couldn't be more the same, because it's all been about unpacking all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And finding the truth within, discovering that divine energy, that divinity, and learning how to unbuckle and unfasten and shed some of the illusions that got layered on as we were growing up. So I honor you, my friend. I am so grateful to have you here, so grateful for who you have become and the contributions that you've made. And the fact that we're still in conversation with each other. His sister came and visited me just about a year and a half ago. We spent 4 days together, and I don't think we ever stopped laughing, you know? We just had so much fun. So those connections are real. They're deep. They're to be valued and celebrated. So we're going to invite you all into our celebration. And Jami, it's all yours.
Thank you. I think that Judy was my first crush. So that obviously wouldn't have worked out, but I love you and I love Audrey and I'm breathing. I just texted my wife. And said, I just sat here and had you pray me in my mind. My wife and I started out as prayer partners. What a concept, a way to date. Prayer partners. Let's do a song, Carolyn. This is a chant that I wrote during a talk with Reverend Joan Stedman, who used to be at Agape and then was at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living for about 15 years, and she was a former nun. She'd been a nun for 14 years, and she talked, and she gave her talk, and hi, Audrey. And during her talk, I was supposed to get up and sing I Release, Beckwith Bauer's tune. At the end, I said, I'm supposed to sing I Release, but this is what came through, so... Wait, I gotta fix this because this is a little bit loose and it's just the strings are, just because we can do that. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. The ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am, come on. I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. The ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Come on, y'all. Oh, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest. We are the harvest we reap. One more time. We are the harvest we reap. I first want to acknowledge Carolyn Keeble. Y'all know her. And I love the prayer that she played as you were walking in. That she allows her drumming to be a prayer. It's more than a vibration. It's more than a rhythm. It's a prayer. And she's a prayer. So I really honor you. You're one of my heroes. Definitely. My favorite percussionists on the planet. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you. Disrupt the illusion. Good morning once again. My name is Jami Lula. I'm a great recovering everything. Straight white male, privileged, molested, philandering father, philandering son, alcoholic, drug addicted, sex addicted, lazy, depression, musician. I could have summed it all up with that one word, musician. But it's interesting because that's an old narrative. It's an old narrative. And what I want to share with you today is looking at the illusion that we've created around ourselves, the narrative that we've created about ourselves, the narrative that we've created about the avatars and, the avatars and saints and whatnot, our heroes, and then how we disrupt that illusion. How we disrupt that illusion. So the whole idea, that list, what I realize is I'm not what I've done. Yes, I've done all those things. Been addicted to everything. And I know none of you can relate here because I see that you're levitating in your seats as you're out there right now. There you go. But the idea that we've created not only the other in the world, but we've created this otherness within ourselves. God so loved the world that it created each one of us to express more of itself. Like Judy said, I grew up Catholic. I also consider myself a recovering Catholic. But what I'm aware of is, from the time that Sister Ann Treese led us through our first Holy Communion in second grade, until I was 18 or 19 years old, every night before I went to sleep, even in my teen years where I was getting high and loaded every night, and I did 3 Hail Marys, 3 Glory Bees, 3 Our Fathers, and 3 Acts of Contrition. I don't know why I chose 3. I didn't just do 1 of each. I did 3 of each. Every night before I fell asleep. And then I had an epiphany. I was actually coming down off of something in my late teens. And I had this epiphany, this download that said, God's not out there. God's within me. And we're not right, and they're not wrong. And I looked around and thought, what the heck? Because all my heroes in life knew how to drink, get drunk, and get up and go to work. They knew how to score dope, and they knew how to get laid. That was like Mecca growing up. That was Mecca. That's what I thought. So there were no metaphysicians. And, a lot of them were, holiday Catholics or Christians. And a lot of them went every Sunday. But as soon as they got out to the parking lot, things changed. You're in my way. So it's like that I was just I looked around, it's like, what was that? What was that? And it wasn't until the early 1990s when I got sober, and then I got to Agape, my spiritual community in Los Angeles, and heard Michael Beckwith speak. I mean, I'd been seeking a relationship with God. But when that download happened, and I didn't realize what it was at the moment, but when that download happened, I began questioning my faith, because I grew up with God out there, looking down on me, and I was a sinner, and I was born of original sin. And how many of us were born of original sin in here, or taught that we were? The big lie. I finally recognized I was born of original love, as we were all born of original love. So I began searching and I began seeking. But the cultural beliefs of not being enough, not being worthy, and this is how I've worked it out in my heart. You know, I grew up with a Jesus that was up here, and he was pure, and he walked on water, and he changed the water into wine, and I had a challenge with Jesus for a long time, until I realized that my challenge wasn't with Jesus, the man. My challenge was with the dogma that had been taught to me, the otherness that had been taught to me, that we're right and they're wrong. And when I got that down, like God's not out there, God's within me, kind of felt blasphemous, and we're not right and they're not wrong. I've had the luxury of praying with people from so many different faiths. My friend John Barnes, he was Baha'i. Brilliant. You've all heard him. You don't even know that you've heard him. But he's played on so many records and produced piano. And how many of you heard the song "We Are the World"? Yeah. He basically programmed all the synthesizers for that session, and was working specifically with Michael Jackson for years. But I got to pray with him, and he would download these Baha'i prayers, and I would just, it was kind of like hearing the Dalai Lama speak. It was like, and then I got to be in a session up in Lake Arrowhead with an Islamic imam, and he talked about the prayer of the Islamic prayers and how they do it, and it was like, wow. We could all stand to pray 5 times a day. We could probably all stand to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and pray, and the different times during the day. But the illusion that Jesus was up here and I was down here, I know that I got to a point in my life where it's like, well, what's the point, man? I am never going to get there, because I was told culturally and spiritually that I was never going to get there, because I was born of original sin, and I'm never going to get rid of that original sin. That's a pretty deep programming. That's a pretty deep program to unprogram, to change my mind about. Because when I first got to Agape and they started talking about the infinite presence of God, of love, of the universe, in me, as me, through me, use me, it was like I kind of was waiting for the lightning to hit. And it doesn't happen very often in Southern California, trust me. Not much rain, not much thunder, not much lightning. Until I really began to study. And there's so many cultures in this world that recognize that infinite presence within us. It's not out there, it's within us. And it's our charge in disrupting the illusion to do the work to uncover the truth of our nature. That God so loved the world that it created each one of us to express the best of itself. That it's in us, it's our highest self. So my charge was to bring Jesus back. I want to walk next to Jesus and the Buddha and the Dalai Lama and MLK and Gandhi and all the different people that we take and we put up, and we create this mythology the same way that we create the mythology about ourselves, that I'm not enough. I'll never be. Mea culpa, mea culpa. Oh Lord, I'm not worthy to receive you, but only say the word and I shall be healed. You said that last night. And the truth is I am worthy, and you are worthy, and we are worthy. I don't need to go to a priest to atone. My sins and my missing the mark are mine to shift and change and to make a different choice about. In AA, it's like making amends, to turn around, to make a different choice. To make a different choice. Disrupting the illusion is, for me, I thought that there was a magic, a magic pill, a magic movement, a magic something that, poof, it's all great and my life is fabulous. And what I've come to realize is, like they say in the Buddhist tradition, that's life is hard. And once we realize that and take ownership of that, it's not so hard. I grew up in, and maybe some of you can relate to this, and I think we talked about it last night, a lot of basements in Michigan, not so much in Southern California, but in basements, and a lot of them had bars, and they had clocks behind the bars, and on the clocks, they were all 5s. Because it's 5 o'clock somewhere, The happy hour. I want to be happy. I want to be happy. So I ingest and imbibe spirits from the outside in rather than uncovering that spirit, that infinite spirit within myself that wants to express and reveal itself. So I got to AA and I thought that was it. And I got to Agape and I thought that was it. And I got to all the different programs that I'd been in and it was like when I realized it's a daily practice. It's a daily practice. I will do this for the rest of my life. I will wake up and journal every morning. I will wake up and affirm my life. And, when I wake up finally and become coherent and sometimes realize that my head woke up about 30 minutes before me and it's already trying to convince me of what I'm not. Anybody relate? That I move into a tapping procedure on my heart and it's like I'm at peace with being in my joy. I'm at peace with expressing my highest and best today, and I'm at peace with my prosperity. I am at peace with making and having lots of money. I am at peace with being a creative expression of love. And it's a daily practice. I drive a lot. I go and do gigs a lot, and I do what I call praying for miles. When I'm on somewhere, and the first time I discovered this or uncovered this for me, I was driving up to Asilomar, going to perform with David Alt and Karen Drucker were the music directors. I don't know if any of you are aware of them, but I was going up there. It was my first time up there on my own. I had called them, and they said, "Yeah, come on up." And my mind was going, "Oh God, these guys are great," it's like I turned into the 90-year-old man, it's like Benjamin Button or something. And I began praying. I began doing affirmative prayer. Mother, Father, God, infinite spirit of life, the allness, the isness, the perfect peace passing human understanding. Grateful for the conscious realization of truth that right where I am, you are in me, as me, through me, use me. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to have a wildly great time and make new friends and share music and participate. And I did that. And then I'm cool. And then 10 minutes later, and then I began praying again. And it's kind of what my life has looked like for the last 30 years of continuing that practice for me. But then continuing that practice where we come together in this community. It's like people are like, well, why do you go to church every Sunday? To remind myself and to remind others the truth of who we are. I do very poorly, it's like we admitted that we were powerless over alcohol, drugs, whatever the addiction is, and made a decision to turn on. We're powerless over the effects of alcohol, and our life has become unmanageable. We. It's a thing in 12 steps. It's about we. Can't do it on my own. I need help. And we come into this community to disrupt the illusion of what we think we're not, what we've been told we're not, what culture wants us to believe, what the government wants us to believe, whatever it is that wants us to believe, to get to the truth of who we are. We get to the truth of our essence. We get to the truth of what we're here to express. And then we come here on Sunday or Wednesday or whenever we come here. I miss midweek service, man. Agape used to have like 300-400 people at their midweek service, and it was like, get there, and it was like, oh yeah. And it was just, I loved it. I miss it. I miss it. But we come to community to look in each other's eye and do that namaste. The Christ in me witnesses the Christ in you. The best of me recognizes the best of you. And I encourage you, and I see you, I see you, I see you. Was it Avatar? It's like, I see you, I see you, I see you. It's like these metaphysical messages that come in movies, and it's like we come here to see one another and to remind one each other and to bolster each other up through health issues, through mental health and physical health and spiritual health and creative health. And we come here to raise our vibrations so then we can go out into the world to raise the vibration of our communities, of our families, of our cities, of our states, of our nation, of our world. Because if we all stood in the higher vibration and saw the higher vibration in one another, we stood in that. If we stood in that, what kind of society would we create? Would we create the otherness anymore? Or would we create the kind of culture and society that sees the best in one another and wants everybody to rise up? Because if we all rise up, we all rise up. No need to keep anybody down. No need to keep anybody down. We're all about raising, and it's like, I know as Carolyn does when we go out and make music. When we go out and make music, it's all about raising the vibration. We want you walking out of here skipping. Cast your walkers aside and skip out of church. That's how we disrupt the illusion. And that's why we come together to assist one another to disrupt the illusion, the story, the narrative. I just changed my narrative. I know it sounds funny. I just did a mastermind, a Rubicon mastermind with my friend Pat Finn. He called me and said, I'd like you to be part of this group. And we would do one-on-one coaching, and he would say, I'd tell him, and he goes, you know what? Can I be honest with you? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I've heard you tell me this story a couple weeks in a row. Are you willing to change the narrative? I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are. And it's like we can also let go of the number. Let's let go of the number. Let's change the narrative about the number that we keep putting on every time that we go around the sun. Let's change our mind about that. Let's revitalize our spirituality by our continued interior dialogue with ourselves, to raise our vibration so that we can come here and we can raise the vibration of one another. I got to say, and I don't know about y'all, I travel to a lot of different spiritual communities, and there are still a lot of communities that don't have as many people in their community on their Sunday services as you do right now. That perhaps had this many before COVID. People got comfortable sitting in their drawers and their pajamas, watching online. But you've decided that you want to come here. And maybe sometimes at some point you ask yourself, why do I keep coming back? You come back to continue to uncover the truth about yourself and to help and assist one another to uncover the truth. To release the narrative of any idea of otherness, because there is no otherness. There's just one of us. There's one love. There's one love. There's one people. There's one human race. And if we come together and make the choice to let go of the narrative that no longer, because for some reason my narrative worked for me. For some reason my drinking and using and all the things that I did worked for me. They worked for me and they served my life for some reason. I buried molestation until I was in my late 30s. And my perpetrator just passed away in March. And I confronted him at a family reunion in 2007. He was everybody's favorite uncle. There was a reason why he was everybody's favorite uncle. I drank and I just felt crazy for so many years. What's wrong with me? I'm bad, I'm dirty, until it came forward and I confronted him. My sister told his youngest daughter talked to her older sister, and they talked to their two stepsisters. They'd all been molested by him. Went down to his granddaughter, and the granddaughter filed suit, and he went to prison. And for years I dreamed of, my brother was the fighter. I was never the fighter, but it's like I wanted to hurt him. And when I confronted him, I'd witnessed him at this family reunion all weekend, walking around with that Crown Royal bag, the purple bag, thinking that no one knew he was drinking. He was at nighttime. He kind of like, and I confronted him, and it was interesting because when I confronted him, I felt compassion in my heart. Being sober at that time, I knew that if I had kept drinking, I could have done some of the things that he did. And I felt compassion. I didn't want to hang out with him. I didn't want to be his best friend and stuff like that. But I forgave him. And about a month before he passed, I called my sister, and she was at the hospital, and he had tubes and stuff like that, couldn't talk. And she told me what was going on. He was on hospice. And I said, send him love. And I felt it wasn't just airy-fairy, oh, it's all good, praise God. I said, send him love. And I felt send him love. Because I couldn't imagine being in his shoes, knowing what he had done, feeling like he was going to the other side. I don't know what he believed. But that was part of my healing, and it was part of changing the narrative. Because what happened to me doesn't define me. What I drank, drugged, sexed, doesn't define me. There's something so much greater. It's that infinite presence of love that wants to reveal itself as my life, as each of our lives. We're all worthy. We're all worthy. We're all worthy. Just because I am that I am. The great I am. That's why I love that song and the way it came out. I am that I am. And someone said to me, it's like, be careful what you put after I am. I'm very careful about what I put after I am any longer. I encourage us all I'm going to ask you all if you did. Just put your hand on your heart, if you would. And just repeat after me. I am that I am. I am that I am. I'm willing to express the highest and best of me. I'm willing to express the highest and best God knows of me. I am that I am. I am blessed. I am a blessing. I am blessing every single person I come in contact with today. I am willing to be the blessing I'm here to be. I'm willing to change the narrative of my life. I know that I am God's perfect pleasure to reveal. Like that. Carolyn, you want to do another song? I got to go to Kalamazoo Pride yesterday, and it was fabulous. Just watching people just be, watching the families and the teens. It was just a joy. It was just a joy, and we should all be in pride for one another. To love. To be able to love. It's like we need more love in this. Not restrictions on who we love. We need more love in this world. You know? This is a song that I wrote. This is a song that I wrote with my songwriting partner, Gary Lynn Floyd. It's called I'm Not My Story. I'm not my story, I'm not my song. Been seeking glory my whole life long. Been on my own since I was born. Been seeking glory my whole life long. I've fallen down, I've bled my knees, struggled on life's mediocrities, wordless without a prayer, or so I thought. The battles that I've won, I never fought. I'm not my story, I'm not my song. Been seeking glory my whole life long. Been on my own since I was born, a badge of less than I am worn. Been judging you as much as me, seeking surrender, haven't found the key. Deep battered but and roaring true, I will forgive myself and see my truth. I'm not my story, I'm not my song. Been seeking glory my whole life long. Been on my own since I was born. Been all the glory and I am torn. solution is love. It's love. It's love. It's love. Bless this evolution. Conscious contribution. Only one solution. It's love. It's love. It's love. It's love. This is my story. This is my song. I've been bound for glory my whole life long. I've been lifted up since I was born. The Holy Spirit has taken form. The Holy Spirit has taken form. The Holy Spirit has taken form. So this is the truth that I want you to know about yourself. And I hope you all come back for the concert this at noon today. And I hope you at least visit me at my table. Come and say hi and get a hug and a smile. In my eyes, in my mind, in my heart and my soul, in my life, I have been searching for something, but you were my dream. You're perfect, you're golden, you're light, you're love. You're perfect just as you are. You're golden, you're my light, my love. When I breathe, when I swallow, caress I feel. When I listen, I hear the most beautiful music out of nowhere. Oh, you're perfect, you're golden, you're light, you're love. You're perfect, you're golden, you're my light, my love. Light-a-di-di-di-di, light-a-di-di-di, light-a-di-di-di. And all the angels sing, light-a-di-di-di-di, light-a-di-di-di, light-a-di-di-di-di. When I'm sad and dark, shallow and in doubt, when I'm trying my best to put one foot in front of the other. Oh, you're perfect, you're golden, you're the light of my life, you're my love from forever. In your reflection, I'm perfect, so I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing my perfection. you're holding me, you set me free. Your guiding light, your empathy, your confidence to express in and dance me. Oh, you're perfect, you're golden, you're the light of my life, you're my love from forever. In your reflection, I'm perfect, so I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing that I'm perfect. I'm golden. You're the light of my life. You're my love from forever. In your reflection, I'm perfect. So I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing my perfection. And me as you. Oh, light-di-di-di-di-di, light-di-di-di-di, light-di-di-di-di-di. Come on, y'all. Light-di-di-di-di-di, light-di-di-di-di, light-di-di-di-di-di. Check it out. You're perfect, golden light, my love. You're perfect, golden light, my love. Sing it with me. You're perfect, golden light, my love. Turn and sing it to your neighbor. You're perfect, golden light, my love. Find another neighbor. You're perfect, golden light, my love. Put your hand on your heart, sing it to yourself. You're perfect, golden light, my love. And to the infant inside, you're perfect, golden light, my love.
Thank you. Going to take a pause here for just a moment to do our board affirmation and our offertory blessing, and allow the ushers an opportunity to come forward. So, our board affirmation for the month of June. I hold the world in a vision of harmony and peace. And together, our offertory blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
I've done my time, I'm so tired, I give up on my simple mind. It's not working, I'm no good, I'm in need. If I only could find the Spirit in the house. I said, Spirit in the house. I said, stop, I go through. Pull me over, said the man in blue. Son, you know what you done did. I said, yes, I ran a light of red. What's your hurry? Why the race? Who you trying to keep pace with? Take your time now, it's alright. Got your answer, you can't hide from the spirit in the house. I said, spirit in the house. Let there be peace. Let there be peace.
We can do that. We can do the prayer for protection, too.
Okay, so prayer for protection.
Join us. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And
Come on now. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin. Let there be peace on earth.
coffee and something to eat upstairs, and we'll see you back here at noon.